Straffan in County Kildare, on the floodplain of the River Liffey. A fertile ground that has consistently produced some of the best horticulture in the country and has attracted many landed gentry in the last few centuries, building up their large estates and houses. One of the most palatial is the French-styled Straffan house, now called K-Club, whose estate borders the River Liffey.
The Liffey here is a very important corridor for wildlife because all along the corridor we have an area of wild habitat, patches of woodland and emergent vegetation in the river, which is a vital series of habitats for plants, animals, invertebrates, and it's an absolutely wonderful resource for the whole of County Kildare.
Although the K-Club has its manicured lawns, world-class golf courses and exotic species brought in by past owners to their palatial gardens, it is to the common species of both flowers and animals by the river that we go, the flora and fauna that populate the banks of the river and tell a story about the health of that water.
You can see an abundance of insect life here at the moment. The mayfly is flying here over the river, and it is a very important trout and actually a salmon river also in this stretch of the River Liffey. The presence of trout and salmon in the river here is an indicator of very high quality water because they will not survive. These fish species won't survive in poor quality or highly enriched water bodies. So it's a great indicator that we have such an abundant fish life in the river here. As we go towards the bridge here at Straffan, you have lovely species such as the kingfisher, and the kingfisher again won't survive in stretches of river where there's a poor abundance of fish. Because we had a very late spring, the true early summer flowering plants and the late spring plants are all flowering together. So it's an absolute profusion of plant life here at the moment. All along the river, the actual conservation of the habitat, the bankside habitats, and those little patches of woodland, they form an amazing resource for species such as bats. And one bat which is connected with the river habitat in Ireland is the Benton's bat, which would be our river bat, which loves to roost in cracks and crevices under bridges and which will feed at night over the still waters of the river where there's an abundance of insect life. Our legacy to future generations is how we conserve what we have now. So if we want to conserve species such as bats, mammals, otters, and to make sure that these are happy and survive into the future in a healthy state, we have to look after our rivers, we have to look after our woodlands, and we have to make sure that that diversity is there.
When the all too brief moments of spring and summers fade from the memory, it is to the painter that we can turn to recreate the colour and majesty of nature and remember those bright touches of brilliance to warm us in the cold days to come.
You do not want plants to look dull because they aren't, they are beautiful and light and bright, and they make your spirits rise.